Good morning, class, or good day, class. Our lesson for today is all about the non-Mendelian genetics. These are the type of inheritance concept Mendel never imagined. Our objectives for this day: be able to explain the different patterns of non-Mendelian inheritance. 2. Identify characters whose inheritance does not conform with predicted outcomes based on Mendel's law of inheritance. And 3. Solve genetic problems related to incomplete dominance, predominance, and multiple alleles. What do we know? I will be showing to you some certain video clips all about genetics. Hope you like the video that I have shown to you. Genetics can help us to understand why people look the way they do and why some people are prone to certain diseases than others. This starts from observation that living things inherit traits from their parents has been used from prehistoric times to improve their croplands and animals through selective breeding. The modern of science today, genetics seeking to understand this begin in the work of Augustinian friar Gregor Mendel, who is considered as the father of genetics. So let's have a quick review in your grade 8. What is DNA, chromosome, and allele all about? DNA, the deoxyribonucleic acid, contains the genetic information that being passed from the parents to the offspring. While chromosome, the nucleus of the cell, contains this, which carries instruction or blueprint for the growth and development of an organism. It's made of long strands of DNA. Well, what is allele? Allele is a version of genes are different from each other. Okay? Furthermore, gene inheritable factor controls the specific characteristic of an organism. In humans, we have 20,000 to 25,000 genes. Alleles, it could be a alternative form of genes. Right? Here. It could be both dominant or it could be homozygous or heterozygous. Okay, example here is flowers, color of flowers. Here, purple flowers, while the mother could have white flowers. This one represents one allele and this one allele. Alleles also, specifically, is alternative forms. Organism, if carries two identical alleles, they're called the homozygous here. This is the homozygous because they have the same characteristics that being carried or being passed. While if it has two different alleles, the big A and this one carries the small a, could be recessive, then it's called the heterozygous. It could be simplified like this: the father and the mother. If the father carries the dominant and the mother has a recessive, this comprises one gene. We have two chromosomes, one from the dad or one from the mother. So we have two alleles. This one from the father and one from the mother. So resulting two alleles. For example, for an organism like this in the figure, in the drawing, you could have the rat. And one allele for the black coat, but this is dominant. One allele for the brown coat, this is the recessive. So the dominant allele, the black one, would always shown or always dominant for the recessive. So the color of the rat fur is black because it's the dominant being expressed. Same with here. Okay. Let's go to what is homozygous versus heterozygous. And homozygous, it could have identical alleles. It could have two dominant or it could be having both recessive. While heterozygous is it contains two different alleles. It carries one dominant plus two recessive. So meaning sa atua pa hybrid siya. Okay? Let's have a quick review of Mendelian genetics. Mendelian genetics is being concepted by Augustinian prior Gregor Mendel, the father of genetics. Sa iyang study, he stated that a complete dominance. Only two possible phenotypes ang iyang state ato na time. So dominant or recessive. Here, a good example. Tall plant versus short plant. So tall plant have a homozygous allele, both dominant, big T, T. While the short plant, the recessive one, have the small t. So, pag cross nato sa iya, it has a heterozygote. It carries a recessive allele for the short plant. But since complete dominance ang concept, the dominant will always overshadow the recessive. So the resulting phenotype would be tall plant. Mendel's law is not perfect. Shortly after his study, many researchers discovered or noticed that not all traits follow Mendelian. Examples are the color of the petals of some flowers, color of the fur of some organism or animals, color of the eyes, the ABO blood group. So let's go to the proper introduction of our topic. Mendelian genetics describes inheritance pattern based on complete dominance or recessiveness. But we'll discuss here the three types of non-Mendelian inheritance. We have incomplete inheritance, codominance, and multiple alleles. Let's discuss first the incomplete dominance. What is this? Incomplete dominance are the blended traits that are coded by two alleles inherited from both parents. It is the expression of intermediate, meaning partial, half-half, in a heterozygous individual or offspring. Examples are petal coloration of some flowers, curliness of human hair. The hybrid or the heterozygous offspring displays the third phenotype. Neither trait is completely dominant. As a result, there appears to be a blending phenotype. It results to another phenotype. Another color will be. Example here are the red flower versus the white flower, which results to pink. How is that? So, red flower symbols big R, the white flower big WW, and the resulting would be RW. Since the red cannot completely dominate the white, or neither the white can completely dominate the red, it results to another color. Let's discuss a sample problem. So what is the probability of having pink flowers of offspring if pink flowers' parents are breed with red flowers? RR for red, RW for pink. So we have 2 red flowers and 2 pink flowers. 2:2. There's a 50 chance of pink flowers. Number 2 problem. What is the probability of white flowers if breed with pink flowers? So white is symbol WW and we use pink RW. So the result will be 2 pink flowers and 2 white flowers. Still, there's a 50 chance of pink flowers when white flowers cross with pink flowers. I choose another problem from your module. 2 pink bougainvillea flowers were crossed and they produced offspring with 3 different colors. RW is the allele for color pink. The Punnett square for this are given below. So RW, these are 2 pink flowers. We have 1 red. This is a phenotype, the observable traits. 2 pink flowers, 2 RW, and 1 white, which is 1 WW. So the phenotype would be 1 red, 2 pink, and 1 white. The genotype would be 1 RR. You should write this phenotype, their letter, representing a representative codes, okay? 2 RW and 1 WW. So the same, still the same. The phenotypic and genotypic ratio will be 1:2:1. Let's go to the second type of non-Mendelian inheritance, the codominance. It is another form of inheritance in which the alleles of a gene pair in a heterozygous offspring are fully expressed or exhibited. Co means together. Example for this are the blood type AB, roan cow that has both the red and white hairs. So, both traits for this type of inheritance are being shown up. Co means together. Dominant means also when 2 dominant traits are expressed equally together at the same time. Example here are the black cow, the white cow. It results to the spotted cow. The same with the color of the flowers. So simply, both alleles are expressed in the phenotype. So father could have A trait and mother B trait. A resulting offspring could have the both traits. So both traits are being expressed sa ilang anak. So incomplete dominant or codominance are the same. Okay? We have capital letters, 2 different letters. So homozygous dominant would be AA. Homozygous dominant number 2 would be BB. So the heterozygous would result to AB. In some cases, both alleles are dominant and expressed at the same time, generally resulting into a spotted appearance. The same with the chicken here. We have the phenotype, the white. Kung say color na makita. Black and speckled. The genotype would be, we could use WW for white, BB for black, and BW for speckled. So muna na resulting chicken or offspring. Codominance also being exhibited in the blood type, specifically in the blood type AB. The blood type A exhibited complete dominance. Why is that? Because even it carries the recessive I allele for the blood type O, A would always dominate dominate over O. The same with blood type E, even it's heterozygous B, blood type B, because it carries the recessive big IA for the blood type O, but it will always dominate blood type O. So ang result na phenotype would always be blood type B. And only when the two small I allele for O appear, ang result then ana is blood type O. Okay, remember that. Unlike blood type AB, they always go together. So they fall under codominant or codominance. They go together. They always appear together. Red blood cells can either have carbohydrate on their surface or not. The presence of carbohydrates assembled big I is dominant to the absence of the carbohydrates, the small I. So, kung small I na siya, absent na iyang carbohydrates for the red blood cells, ha? So, additionally, there are two types of carbohydrates that may exist on the surface of the red blood cells of humans, called the A, the big IA, and the B, the big IB. Cell surface carbohydrates A and B are codominant, which means they could always show up the same time on the red blood cells. So these are the rules. The person with the big IA or the presence of carbohydrates will have a carbohydrate, so resulting blood type A. And genotype, it could have carry the small allele or both homozygous A. The same with B. It could carry it could be heterozygous because it has small I allele, a recessive, it carries the recessive I, and it could have both traits or the allele of B. But ang result ana is blood type B. And AB, they go together. So ang the result would always be blood type AB. Here, the red blood cells of human don't have carbohydrates in the red blood cells. It results to blood type O. Only this allele na mo appear ang mo resulta na siya blood type O. But if na siya presence na blood type A, so ay resulta blood type A gyud kay dominant man ang A sa I. So recessiveness ang blood type O. Maka blood type O lang ka kung mo appear ni siya sa organism during the Punnett square or the probability of having offspring like this. So this would simplify also. A was always dominant to O, B would always dominant to O. Same here. But only AB would go together. This falls to dominance. And O will only show if both small I allele appear together. So what blood type are you? Maybe you would wonder, my parents is blood type A, and my father is blood type A, and my mother is blood type B. By why my siblings have blood type O? So depende na siya kung inyong parents heterozygous A. Imong papa could be heterozygous A. So, ang resulta sa mga bata, it could have blood type A and blood type O since carrier man siya sa blood type O. Like that. So, these are the different possibilities of offspring. Depende sa parents. Okay? Let's go to the problem of codominance. Number 1, if a woman with AB blood has children with a man who has a type O, what will be the possibility of genotypes of their children? What will be their blood types? So, ang mother is AB, ang father has blood type O. So, unsay resulta sa ilang anak? So, we have 2 blood type A and 2 blood type B. Again, let's recall that A is always dominant to blood type O. So with blood type B, always dominant to blood type O. Number 2, what are all the possible phenotypes when two spotted cows are breed? So, dua ka spotted cow ang gipabreed. BW, what will be the result? So, 1 black, 2 spotted cows, and 1 white. 1:2 is to 1. Let's go to the last type of non-Mendelian inheritance, the multiple alleles. What is this? There are more than 2 alleles controlling a gene pair. More than 2 phenotypes are exhibited or expressed in the offspring. This is example for this is the ABO blood group system of humans. Blood type A and B are codominant for each other. Alleles big IA and big IB are dominant over the blood type O, which is the small I. Allele I is always recessive, meaning mosyora siya kung duwa sila ka small I. Multiple alleles is controlled by more than 2 alleles in a population, not an individual. For example, a population of humans, we have ABO blood system or blood group. Thus, there are more than 2 phenotypes that are exhibited or expressed in the offspring. When more than 2 varieties exist in a trait, many animals have a variety of coat colors. Example are the rabbits, fur color, coat colors. So example of multiple alleles, phenotype A, B, and O. We have, sa blood type A, we have 2 genotypes. It is homozygous and heterozygous. Same with the B, homozygous, heterozygous. But only for the blood type AB for the codominants. And small I allele for blood type O. Let's go to the problem number 1 for multiple alleles. Show a Punnett square between a mother who is a blood type O and a father that is blood type AB. So this is the resulting offspring for this Punnett square, for this problem. The question is, what are the possible blood types of their children? So we had 2 blood type A and 2 blood type B. So the genotype would be 2AO, 2BO. Another problem. A woman with a blood type B blood has a child with type O blood. How is this possible if her husband has blood type A? So we would choose, since ato ma-recall na ang blood type O mo appear lang siya if both recessive I allele mo appear. So possibility for here in this problem is heterozygous ang father o mother. So ang mama is heterozygous B, is 1. Ang papa, heterozygous A. So we have 1 blood type AB, 1 blood type A, 1 blood type B. And this one being crossed with 2 another small I allele. So na ay resulting na blood type O. Lastly, parents with A, heterozygous A versus or being crossed to the heterozygous B. The resulting children will be 1 blood type AB, 1 blood type B, 1 blood type A, and 1 blood type O. So 1/4 A, 1/4 B, 1/4 AB, and 1/4 O. So those are the examples of problems under multiple alleles. There's also effects of environment and the phenotype. Genes play an important role in determining an organism characteristics. However, for many characteristics, the individual's phenotype is influenced by other factors as well. Environmental factors such as sunlight and food availability can affect how genes are expressed in the phenotype of individuals. Here are just some 2 examples. Number 1, genes play an important part in determining our adult height. However, factors such as poor nutrition can prevent us achieving our full genetic potential. Also, genes are determinant of human skin color. However, if too much exposure or always exposed to ultraviolet radiation, it can also increase the amount of pigment in the skin and make it appear darker. Let's check how well did you understand. Can you give similarities and differences between each of these forms of inheritance? The complete inheritance, codominance, and multiple alleles? Number two, what are the examples of each type? One, complete inheritance, codominance, and multiple alleles. Hope you get some points and ideas from this video. Thank you.